Rolling.
All right, now we have concluded the entire study guide. And what we're going to do is we're going to go over the summary of the Missouri Prepaid Legal Exam. And this is, I don't recommend that you just do this, but I recommend that prior to taking the test, you review this. Because this is everything we just talked about. And we're going to go through and we're going to cover this again. So it's not going to be really in a lot of particular order. It's going to kind of bounce around. But listen, the primary goal of the Division of Insurance, Financial Institutions, and Professional Registration is to do what?
Protect the public.
Protect the public. It is at the top of the page, highlighted, bright yellow. That is the main goal. The department is always going to look out for public interest above all. Titles are rarely used in today's terminology, but you should know them. Title, benefit, we're probably going to add that they're interchangeable terms. But Title I is legal consultation, unlimited consultation, both personal or business consultation. 1 hour of research can be included in that. So if they don't have your answer, they can go find the answer. They can flip through the law library, they can go through the books. They'll spend an hour of their time to get you the answer, the best possible answer they can get. Unlimited letters and phone calls, all at the attorney's discretion, 1 per subject matter. 2 letters and or phone calls on business matters, 1 per subject matter. Okay, you follow me? Yep. Unlimited contract and document review, up to 10 pages. 1 business contract can be reviewed under this benefit. And all of those things are per membership year. So it's not a calendar year, it's 12 months from the time you got the membership, and it resets and renews. Okay, will for the member and spouse included, $20 per additional dependent. Updated for members annually at no charge. Family members, including spouse, are $20 paid in advance. Got it? Yeah. Okay. Motor vehicle coverage. You must be in a standard, non-commercial vehicle. In other words, it has to have 2 axles, not 3. So I've had people that are covered driving a school bus because it had 2 axles. But if they have a school bus that has 3 axles, it's not covered. It is available 15 days after enrollment. You must have a valid driver's license and a valid registered vehicle. We assist with all moving violations with representation in court. Accidents. We help with the defense of manslaughter, involuntary manslaughter, negligent homicide, or vehicular homicide. Damage recovery, driver's license issues, personal injury assistance. We provide you up to 2.5 hours of the attorney's time and up to $2,000 per claim. Okay, all bullet points. DUI, DWI, and criminal infractions are excluded, but they are still covered under a 25% discount. If drugs are involved, even if using under a legal prescription, benefits are waived and moved to a 25% discount. Yes, Will?
That was actually, they had a question on that on the test saying that if you were compromised or, taking prescription drugs and got in a car accident or something like that, then you would be represented. That's not true?
You would not be represented. You would be represented, but it would be under a 25% discount.
Right.
You'll always have Title I, Title V, unlimited consultation, unlimited help at a 25% discount. Okay, trial defense. Number 1, you must have a defense. It is not trial, oops, you screwed up. It is trial defense, so you got to have a defense. Work-related criminal charges, including the protection. You get 60 hours total for the first year. 2.5 is pre-trial. You're going to see some bullet points where it says it goes up by 60 hours each year for 5 years. Probably not going to be on the test. Coverage increases on the anniversary of the effective date of the member. Probably not going to be on the test. At the end of 5 years, you have 300 hours, and 4.5 hours of that is pre-trial. Probably not going to be on the test. Okay, must have the plan when the event that leads to the lawsuit occurs. That's specific. Let's cover that. Let's say Jason and I get into a fight, and I go out tomorrow and buy the plan. 2 years from now, he decides to sue me. Am I covered?
No.
No, because I didn't have the plan at the time the incident that led rise to the lawsuit occurred. You have to be covered when you screw up. Got it? Okay, now, flip side. If I buy it today, and I get in a fight with Jason on Monday, and he sues me on Tuesday, I'm covered. So now I've had the plan for 3 days versus 2 years, and I'm covered because what I did I was covered when I did it. Got it?
Yes.
Okay. Now, any overages, in other words, if you go past the 60 hours, if you have 62 hours, the 2 hours are covered at a 25% discount off the normal hourly rate, the posted normal hourly rate that the attorney charges. Okay. Now, one thing that's probably important to put in here under the trial defense is it is for member and spouse, not children, not dependents. And that is not on here. It will be added. Debbie, if you can add that to the please add, we will do that. IRS audit assistance. Covers taxes due this year, April 15th of the year that the plan was purchased. Those taxes are covered. You get 50 hours of a tax attorney. There is a breakdown listed. Okay, everything else, everything not covered above is still covered under a 25% discount off the attorney's posted standard hourly rate. So, 100% covered under a 25% discount. So, the answer to the question, if somebody asks, is this covered by your plan? The answer is 100% of the time always going to be yes. Just may not be covered with all the expenses covered for you. Okay, now, who's covered? The member and their spouse or significant other. They're never married, not unmarried. They're never married dependent children, up to 23 that are full-time college students, 21 living at home, 18 if they are legal dependents of the member, guardianship or non-resident children are included in that. Okay? Physically or mentally handicapped children living at home for their entire lifetime. Now, let's discuss the next three. The expanded plan, probably not going to be on the test. Commercial driver's legal plan, probably not going to be on the test. Multiple business plans, and they are probably not going to be on the test. Our service is offered as an employee benefit and the processing fee is waived. So you know that is probably not going to be on the test. But it's there. Defining prepaid legal. Remember that prepaid legal is an industry, not a company. It means any entity, person, or business that collects periodic fees in advance for legal services in this state. Anyone doing so must be licensed except attorneys collecting a retainer, an employer or labor union helping its employees or members, a church or similar entity providing legal assistance to its members. So basically everybody except your employer or someone that you are in an existing relationship with that has a vested interest in you being protected. Those people can assist you without having to be licensed. Okay, and again, for any specifics, refer back to the original study guide to get any inclusions, exclusions, anything that you want to know. Open panel versus closed panel. We talked about this, but basically open panel means you select the attorney, negotiate the rate, and your policy will cover part or all of the fees. Whatever it doesn't cover, you pay. Closed panel means you have one dedicated attorney or law firm that oversees all the activities. Legal Shield is a closed panel system, but there probably will not be a reference to closed panel or that Legal Shield is a closed panel on the test. They may talk about closed panel, but not as it relates to us. So, the Director of Insurance, this is, without question, the majority of the test. Because the Director of Insurance oversees the activity and the coverages in all the other sections, so it will be frequently and constantly mentioned and referenced on the test. Who's taken the test recently? I know, Paul, you have. Is that true?
Yeah.
Director of Insurance all over the test?
More than half.
Yeah, more than half. Okay. So the director, they have to be a citizen of this state. They're appointed by the governor with approval of the Senate. It is in office completely at the discretion of the current governor and may be removed at any time, but his term should run concurrent with that of the governor. Okay, in other words, same time. Cannot hold a position with any agency or company that would be overseen by its office. So they can't work for anybody that has anything to do with anything related to any insurance product at all. And that would include, and I don't know if this is on the test, but if I'm the Director of Insurance and I own a body shop that is doing work for State Farm, that's a vested interest. Okay, so you got to be real careful. You cannot have any kind of conflict of interest as the Director of Insurance. The Director has full power. What kind of power?
Full power.
Full power. They can do whatever they want, whenever they want. They regulates the affairs, creates forms and procedures, and interprets the law. But they must not conflict with Missouri law. If making changes, they've got to give you at least 15 days notice. They impose a penalty to license violators. Okay? You cannot make false statements or false entries into any records of an insurance company. If you are asked to produce records, testify, or appear before the director, then he or she may apply in any court of jurisdiction, and you could be ordered to appear or found in contempt, ordered to pay a penalty up to $50,000 per violation, or any and all necessary or appropriate relief efforts. So again, the director can do whatever they want, whenever they want, order whatever they want, as long as it doesn't violate Missouri law, it's within reason, and you're going to pay for it. You have the right to apply for relief in court. You may also lose your license or have your license denied because of the actions. Okay, committing violations of your license could result in a Class D felony and likely will result in a revoked license. These are consequences imposed by the director, and you may still be subject to criminal prosecution. In other words, they have their rules, but the laws are the laws. So if you do something that could cause you to go to jail, you're going to go to jail. Got it? Okay. If fined $200 or less, the record's expunged after 5 years. Any insurance company must be licensed to transact business in this state, but might not need to be licensed in this state, but might not need to be licensed if they're in this state but conducting business in a non-licensed state with which that company is licensed. In other words, if I live in Missouri and I don't have my Missouri license and I get a Texas license, I can sell in Texas because it's not required. Got it? Okay. Now, any person conducting insurance business without a license has committed a Class C felony. Okay, and we're going to take a break at this section of the summary, and we're going to come back and we're going to go over the rest of the summary.